Hi Art 2, here is part 3 of our pumpkin underpainting. So I'm going to move this guy a little bit. I'm painting these little tiny gourd pumpkins, and I'm going to go ahead and continue on with my underpainting. Still have my plate here. This has been drying for probably 45 minutes. It doesn't need to dry quite that long. I just had some stuff to do in between. So I'm going to go ahead and just mix up a little bit of a darker color. And what you can do, if you're not sure if it's too dark, you can always test it out on your paper towel, on your blotting paper towel. So I think I'm going to add a little more water. That looked pretty dark. And then I'm going to go in. And the more you layer this up, the darker it's going to get. Even if you went over with just about the same color of burnt sienna, it would be a little darker just because of the layers. I'm going to make that a tad bit darker. And with watercolor, you can really be pretty loose. You can see how you can really fit in some nice details. Over all the layers that you've already made. And my next step is going to be to mix up an orange. So we were talking about using complements to create browns and to dull down the intensity of colors. So for my orange, these actually are pretty bright orange, but if I use just the orange, I don't have an orange tube. Right now I'm gonna have to mix it, but I definitely want my orange to not be a bright, bright, bright plasticky orange. So I'm gonna go through, and I can, right now I'm just mixing my colors. I know it's hard to see everything on this tiny little camera I got here. But I think everybody's sort of dealing with some interesting limitations from working from home. So we're just gonna do the best we can. And so far, the only color I've used here is burnt sienna. Even though there are different tints and shades, well, not tints and shades, even though there are different saturations of my burnt sienna, that's all I've been using so far. So with watercolor, you can actually get a shade, but you really can't get a tint. You would just add some water, and that would thin out your paint, and it would become more translucent. But adding white is going to be a little difficult. Yeah, you can eat that yogurt. Don't forget to eat lunch. Even though we're on remote time here or virtual time, still want to make sure you make time to eat your lunch. Brains work better when you have eaten your lunch. And this definitely looks different when it's wet opposed to when it's dry. Alrighty, so I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move this, and I'm going to mix up my orange. So I have a little bit of red. And remember guys, if you just have your pans of Crayola watercolor, then that works just fine too. These ones just happen to be in the tubes. Sometimes they're really hard to open. Hey, can you open that one? I can't open it. I know, if you put the paper towel over it. Some of these haven't been used in a while. So I am doing, that one's hard to open too.
Maybe that one's easy.
Yeah, here, try to open that one. Well, maybe I won't be mixing up the orange right now if I can't open the tubes. So I'm going to run these under some hot water, and then orange will be in a new video. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
You could open